it's a good day because you have heard of, I think, most of all of these words before. It should not be too difficult. We're just talking about perimeter and area and polygons. You guys know what a polygon is? I'm going to have a guess based on the picture. It's just a shape, right? Poly, like that prefix means many, so many sides. So it is a shape made up of straight sides, but they have to be straight. There's segments, they can't be curved. Where your sides meet is called a vertex, like vertex J, vertex K, vertex L. Where they meet is called the vertex. And you use those vertices to name your polygon. So if we wanted to name this guy over here, we would say polygon. And we just pick a vertice and go around. So which one do you guys want to start with? J. And then you just go in order. I'm going to go clockwise, but you can go counterclockwise. So J, K, L, M, G, H. And you just list them all until you get back to where you started. I think we should focus in on these non-examples. Like, why is this not a polygon? It overlaps, it crisscrosses. What about this guy right there?
It's open.
It's open, it's not even closed. Here?
Not straight.
Not straight. This weird guy? Yeah, like what is this? Nobody knows. And what about these two? Round. Very good. So now that you know what a polygon is, you can classify it in a few different ways. Do you guys know what it means to classify? Yeah, put it into a group. The first one's convex, and all that means is your corners, none of them fall on the inside. They all kind of pop out. Whereas a concave polygon, it dips in, it caves in, it's kind of in the name. It caves inward. Like, oh, here, I cave in, I cave in, I cave in. That wasn't great. There we go. It dips inward. And then another way you can name it is by its angles and sides. You guys know what equilateral means?
All sides are equal.
Yes, lateral means side, so equal sides. Literally says equal sides, equilateral. So what do you suppose equiangular is?
Angles are all equal.
All angles are congruent. They're all the same. And if both equilateral and equiangular are met, it is called regular. So it means it's all equal. All the sides are the same and all your angles are the same. Do you guys think of a shape that has all sides and angles the same? Square. Square. It's regular. And if it's not regular, it's called irregular. That means either the sides aren't the same or your angles aren't all the same. Okay, let's go through those polygon names over there. What's a three-sided figure called?
Triangle.
Triangle, four-sided?
Quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral, 5.
Pentagon.
Pentagon, 6.
Hexagon.
Hexagon, 7.
Heptagon.
8.
Octagon.
9.
Nonagon.
Nonagon, 10.
Decagon.
Decagon, like 10 years in a decade. 11.
Pendecagon.
Pendecagon, 12. Dodecagon. And then what happens?
Engon.
Engon. So if it has 13 sides, you'd call it a 13-gon. I'd write that down. Or if it had 37 sides, it'd be a 37-gon. 526 sides, 526-gon. Use it. But the number of sides, -gon. That was a lot of words. Let's flip it over and see if we can put it all together now and classify these random shapes. So we're gonna name it by the number of sides, then decide if it's convex or concave, regular or irregular. I agree, this is concave, it's dipping in. Regular or irregular?
Regular. Irregular.
Well, let's look. Are all my sides the same?
Yes.
Yep, they all have a tick mark, so that checks off. But do all my angles have the same archy marks?
No.
No, so is it regular? And how would you name it? How many sides?
6.
What's that called?
Hexagon.
Hexagon. Bless you. Yeah, definitely. Okay, what about the next one? How many sides?
8.
8. What's an 8-sided figure? Octagon. Convex or concave? Convex.
Irregular.
This one would be regular. Okay, you guys try the next two if you haven't, and I'll slowly put the answers on the board.
Regular.
This last one's tough. Regular or irregular?
Regular.
You want to say regular because everything that's marked is the same. But we don't know what this angle measure is, or this one, or this one, or this one. So it's irregular. Another rule of thumb, if it's concave, it's never going to be regular. It won't. So. Okay, and these are words I know you've heard before. What's perimeter? Yeah, around the outside. If you were to walk around something, it says perimeter. How far did you walk? Yes. What about circumference? Yes. Round a circle. Round and around we go. And then area, the number of square units a figure
Takes up.
takes up. I think I put covers. How much space it covers? The shapes you'll see today, the polygons are all the pretty basic ones. Triangle. I think you guys can find the perimeter of a triangle, but maybe we should talk about the area. Half base times height. Always look for the right angle to help you figure out what the base and height are. Your base and height will make a right angle, okay? Square is pretty straightforward, right? Add up all your sides. Your side times its side length is its area. But let's look at a circle. What does R stand for?
Radius.
Radius.
Just take whatever you need. What's radius?
The distance from the center point to the edge.
Yeah, from the middle to the side. What if you were given your diameter? How would you find your radius?
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2. Yeah, very good. I made you just circle these ones. If you need anything today, it will be these. So you guys can add up your sides for your perimeter. That's nothing crazy. Okay, let's try 2 examples. Let's start with the triangle. Find the perimeter and its area. What would you like to start with? Perimeter. Take a vertice and start walking. What numbers do we hit? That's it. 9.5 plus 9.5 plus 10.2. Now it's calculator work. You just crunch it out.
Yeah, 29.2.
29.2? You probably should give it a unit. Is it 25?
It's 29.
It's tough.
I think it's 29. What's your unit? Inches. Label it since we have a unit. Okay, now look at your formula chart. What's the area for the area of the triangle? What's your formula?
Base times height divided by 2.
Yes, base times height over 2. That works. So what would your base and height be here?
80 points.
What would your base length be? 10. And what's your height? There you go. So we just plug it in. 10.2 times 8 divided by 2. Again, that's just calculator work. Crunch it out. 41.3.
No,
I got 40.35.
I got 40.8.
It's 40.8.
I got 40.8.
I also got 40.8. What's your unit?
Just squared.
Square.
Inches squared. Put that little 2 there. That's for area. Okay, let's try a circle. Should we start with circumference? What's your formula?
3, it's the radius times pi.
2 pi r? Whoa. What's your radius? 3. So we're just going to plug in 3 for r. Again, this is all just calculator work. If you don't know where the pi button is, wave me over. You should get like 18 something. 2 times pi times 3. I'll help you find pi.
It's 18.2.
18.8.
18.8?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yep, and this button right there. There you go. Okay, and 2. When that happens, you just put this feedback. Here you go. Is it 0.8? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
What's our unit? Just inches. And what's your formula for the area of a circle?
Pi r's.
Yep, pi r squared. Plug in 3. Again, pi times 3 squared. Crunch it out.
28.27.
You're not getting 28.27. Let me know. You do your numbers for 3 squared times pi. So 3 squared times 28.7, is that what it was?
27.
What is your unit on that? Very good. Sure. Dylan, yeah, and your stuff, okay? You grabbing something and leave it here? Good. Go students. Yeah. Do you guys take out your planners for me? Green one? You're welcome. It's a pretty colored yellow one today, folks. Get a lot of daggers with the eyeballs right now. Sorry. Yeah, separate your phone too. I'll put them away. problems with you on the back? You guys want to flip it over?
Oh, yeah, you, I'm sorry, I was saying.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear.
Oh, what?
Okay. Can we do this one right here? Can you find this one on the back? It's kind of back middle. A rectangle of area 350, that one. So it says a rectangle of area of 350 square feet. The length is 14 times as long, 14 times as wide as it is long. Find the length and the width. Kind of a lot going on there. I'm gonna write length equals width equals because that's our end goal. Okay, so we don't know what our length and width is, but we know that the length is 14 times as long as it is wide. So what can we call our width? Since we don't know what it is.
X.
X, very good. And now I know our length is 14 times that amount. Yes. And the other nugget of information we know is its area. So how do you find the area of a rectangle? Yes, length times width. So that's your formula. Now we're going to plug in what we know. We know our area is 350. So I'm going to plug in 350 for A. Our length is 14x. And our width is just x. And now we just algebra our way through this. How do we simplify 14x times x?
14x squared.
Oh, very good. 14x squared. We want to get x alone. What do? Divide by 14. I don't remember what we get. 25. So now we have 25 equals x squared. How do you undo something squared? That's it. 5. So what did we just find, folks?
The X.
Yep, our x, which is our width, so that goes in this right box, 5. How do we find our length?
Times 14.
Times 14. You guys let me know what you get.
70.
Very good. And let's do the very last one on the bottom right, okay? Just because we didn't work backwards from our area before on a circle. So we're looking for our circumference, but we only know the area of our circle. What do you need in order to find the circumference of a circle? What's in your formula? The radius, right? So we gotta figure out what our radius is. Well, we know our area. What's the formula for the area of a circle?
Pi r squared.
That's it, pi r squared. And we know it's equal to 32 pi, so I'm gonna plug in that 32 pi in for A. We want to get r squared alone. How are we going to do that?
Put the pi to the side.
Yeah, if you can multiply by pi, what can you also do with it? Divide by pi, yeah. And what's nice is the pi's just cancel on both sides, which is delightful, right? And what's our last step? Square root, yep. The decimal, that's okay. I don't remember what it is.
5.65.
5.65. Okay, now that you know your radius, plug into circumference. 2 pi 5.65.
35.5.
35.5?
Yeah.
Like. That's your answer. Okay. You wave me if you get stuck. Feel free to move around.